Yes.
Resolutions 1 and 2 pass.
Okay, thank you. Transportation, 1 through 5. Need a motion and a second.
1 through 7.
1 through 7. Am I in the wrong space?
Yes.
Okay. Supplies, Roman numeral 25, supplies, equipment, and services. I was ahead. 1 through 7. Thank you, everybody who corrected me.
Dunn will make a motion, supplies, equipment, and services 1 through 7.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn. I need a second.
Callie will second.
Thank you, Ms. Callie. Any discussion on 1 through 7? Mr. Mara, roll call.
Dunn.
Yes.
Dinov. Yes. DePrima.
Yes.
Ellis Foster.
Yes.
Callie.
Yes.
Singh.
yes,
Andriani.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 7 pass.
Thank you. Transportation, 1 through 5. I need a motion and a second.
Callie will move transportation 1 through 5.
Dinoff will second.
Thank you for 1 and 2. Any discussion? Roll call, Mr. Mara.
Dunn.
Yes.
Dinov.
Yes,
DePrima.
Yes.
Ellis Foster.
Yes.
Callie.
Yes.
Singh.
yes,
Andriani.
Yes.
Resolutions 1 through 5 pass.
Thank you. Miscellaneous, 1 through 7. Motion and
Dunn will make,
second.
Dunn will make a motion, miscellaneous 1 through 8.
Thank you.
Either that or that should be different, right?
All right, well, I'll correct that. Thank you, Mr. Dunn. I need a second.
Callie will second.
Thank you. As far as discussion, any? There needs to be a correction, Mr. Mara. In number 2, we have month of September, and then the date is 10/27. So something needs to be fixed.
October is correct for the meeting date.
Okay, so then the September 16 needs to be changed to October. Thank you. Okay, roll call.
Dinov.
Yes,
DePrima.
Yes.
Ellis Foster.
Yes.
Callie.
Yes.
Singh.
yes,
Dunn.
Yes.
Andriani.
Yes,
Resolutions 1 through 8 pass.
thank you. Roman numeral 28, Board Secretary and Board Business. I need a motion. I certainly, do you want to make your own motion? Oh, sure. Okay, so,
Callie will move board secretary and board business item number 1.
thank you. Mr. Singh, would you like to second that one? There we go.
I'll second it.
Okay, any conversation, any discussion? Oh, come on. Nobody?
I'll start. I just want to say congratulations, Mrs. Callie and Mr. Singh. Welcome back. It's been a pleasure for the past 3 years and past few months, and I'm sure going forward it'll continue to be a pleasure. Mr. Reed, if you're watching, welcome aboard. We look forward to working with you. And Mrs. Hopman, thank you for everything. It's been a pleasure working with you. I know what this meant to you, and hopefully you'll still be a voice in the community and the school district. Thank you.
Madam President,
Done?
I would like to congratulate the 3 members who were elected this past November for the Board of Education. Jill Callie, obviously I've had the pleasure to work with you. Looking forward for more and better, bigger things from you on the Board of Education. Mr. Reed, I don't know you personally, but I hear a lot of good things, that you've done a lot of great for this school district over your 40-plus years of service. I'm looking forward to you providing your wisdom and knowledge to the Board of Education. And to my friend across the aisle over here, Belinda, congratulations and welcome back. It's good to have you back on board. You do sincerely care about the children in this district, and I applaud you. And as for Annette Hopman, Annette is a personal friend of mine for many, many years, and we all know where her heart is. Her heart is with the children of this district. She's given 12-plus years of her time to this district, and there's no better person and person with sincere love, and she will be dearly missed. Knowing Annette, she'll be here pushing and watching us and giving us her opinion, and I'm sure that she may come back in future years. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? All right, I'll save my comments for, in regard to Ms. Hopman's achievements and her commitment to next month. Congratulations to the 3 candidates, to Jill and Val Winder. Very much look forward to progressive movement on the board. So thank you for joining us again, and welcome aboard. At this point, we are now ready for, I need a vote. Oh, Do we have to vote now? Okay. All right, so we have a motion, we had discussion, now we need a vote, Mr. Mara.
DePrima,
Yes.
Ellis Foster,
Yes.
Callie,
Yes.
Singh,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Dinoff,
Yes, and congratulations.
Andriani.
Yes.
Resolution 1 passed.
All right, so now it's official. Okay? All right, we're acknowledged and approved. All right, now we're at hearing of residents for any item. Mr. O'Neill, I saw your hand up.
Mrs. Andriani, can I just clarify something before we do that?
Oh, okay.
In answer to Mr. Dinoff's question, it is step 13, and it was administratively corrected on the previous agenda. So when it was put back on to amend the start date, the step 9 was not corrected. So that should be step 13.
We don't need to revote on anything, correct? We're good to go. Okay, Mr. O'Neill.
Okay, regarding Mr. Beverly, last year, he was hired before last year's winter track season. He was incorrectly placed on step 2B when he was hired. He coached the season. After the season was over, when he was being rehired for this year, I realized that he should have been on a higher step. I met with him, we talked about it. I met with Dr. Hoker, we discussed it. After consulting with the then athletic director, she came to the conclusion that we were correct and he should have been hired on that step. At that point, it was, I think, May or June, or April or May probably. And although it was acknowledged that a mistake had been made and that it had a financial impact on him, the correction was only made moving forward and he did not receive that compensation. So if administration and the board, as Mr. Cittadino says, if they would be happy to give him that compensation because it was an administrative error, that would be fantastic. As far as the issue this year with cross-country, I think a few things kind of got lost in the weeds. He was hired last June at a certain pay rate. He worked with the understanding he was going to be paid at that rate. And it is now after the fact, after the work has been completed, that administration and the board are changing that pay rate. I don't suggest that you hire a plumber and tell him that you're going to pay him $400 to do work at your house, and then after he completes the work, try to only give him $300. But that is, in effect, what was done here tonight. Even if 3B is the right step for him to be on, this is not the right way for it to be handled. And I do think that it is a black mark on the record of a district of character that not only was this done, but it was done without even the decency of a phone call to tell him that it was being done. Okay, and this is both instances tonight. Obviously, this is not how you treat valued members of your school community. You don't have them find things out because other people see them on board agendas and notify them. So I think that that is kind of a separate issue that needs to be addressed other than the personal issues. And maybe it was the responsibility of people who aren't here anymore, but it is still, I think, a serious issue that is affecting this community. That the communication between the board and administration and the employees who are, on the ground in this district is insufficient. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Anyone else at this time? Yes, sir. When you get to the podium, you need to press the button, and please give us your name.
Hi, I'm Professor Kevin Antoine. I've emailed you board members earlier during the week. My son Michael is on the freshman football team, and he had a C in his science course. And I used to coach all those guys on the freshman team because I was the Pop Warner coach for the longest at the 7th and 8th grade. In the Antoine household, you can't have a C and play sports. So I punished my son by not letting him practice and not letting him play any game. And that's when he confessed to me that his science course doesn't have a book. So he has nothing to study with at home. Now, I've talked to some of you via email. and you were talking about alternative instructions and how to deliver it. But I'm also a graduate professor, and I know about tablets and iPad and how a student can study without the aid of the standard textbook. But in this case, the first marking period has ended, and they're now in the second marking period, and there's still no textbook. All he gets is internet handouts that you have to question the print quality on them to find out what's going on. So as a good parent and as a professor, I've taken it upon myself to go get Cliff Notes and these kinds of things to keep him abreast of what's going on in the science course. I've asked at least to have a syllabus or an agenda printed out to give to the students so that week by week they know where they are and they can get caught up. So now we're going into the Thanksgiving holiday break, and he has no science book, no science material to stay abreast. Now, I know that you're working on it, Miss Adriana, and she's responded pretty diligently with me. But I'm concerned about this because, as a taxpayer, if I had known that there wasn't going to be a science book or no alternative delivery of the science material for my son, I would have enrolled him in another school. I would have sent him to a private school. I didn't find this out until I punished him. And so I felt bad about that. And as I talked to some of the other parents who have kids on that team, it's like I said, they all know me because I used to coach all of them in Pop Warner. They've had sort of the same sort of issues that they weren't even aware that their kids didn't have a book for that course. So I'm asking the board to, put this as an emergency item and remedy this issue. You can't shortchange science and math in public education. It affects your PSAT scoring, it affects all your other moduling that you take to get into college, and I just find it unacceptable that here we are now into the Thanksgiving break, and this 9th grade class doesn't have a textbook for the science course. So I'd ask that you, with all deliberate speed, put your thoughts together and try to remedy this problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anton. As we've discussed in our emails back and forth, I've already met with Dr. Cascone, Dr. Hoker, Mr. Cittadino is aware. We're doing some background research in terms of delivery messages, see what's available, what resources, materials are available. You are correct, there is no textbook that goes along with that particular course. As an educator, you should understand that textbooks are not the curriculum. They're a tool to use with the curriculum. And the core standards change very quickly in science. So we have not caught up, misstep on our part. We are doing our diligence to get some answers for you and for myself, because believe me, Dr. Cascone and I, we had a hard discussion the other day about that. And again, as I say, I have to watch out that I don't overstep my bounds with management, so with much courtesy and respect, I've asked him to find out the answers for me for some of those questions. We'll figure something out for you. Okay. Well, that was another question that we are looking into about the e-book version for that particular course. Anyone else? Public? No. I see my legal counsel is, okay, old business, new business?
Keep forgetting the mic. For anybody in public who's still listening, December 5th is the annual tree and menorah lighting ceremony at the Civic Center, and our student character ambassadors, who are in I believe they're 5th grade, the character ambassadors, are sponsoring a toy drive that night. So if you are planning on attending the holiday lighting ceremony, I encourage you to bring a toy to donate. Then all the toys will be donated to underprivileged children in our area. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Cowley. Ms. Ellis Foster?
Okay, I know it's late, but I did want to recognize two events. Last week, this was last week, Dr. Cascone and his staff put together our annual Parent University, or maybe it was this week? No, it was last week. Blurs together. So it was it was a great event. So again, a great program and a great way to showcase all of our schools and all the activities around the school district. And then also this week, the soft launch for our transitioning student ShopRite at the high school, which is an outstanding program. I can't wait to go. There's going to be an official ribbon cutting in December, and so maybe we'll probably hear a little bit more about it, but thank you. So it's just a great opportunity and a partnership with ShopRite for our students at the high school, and kudos to the whole staff for that. So.
Okay.
Oh, and just a happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
And congratulations to all of those staff and students who were involved in the play at the high school. And we're moving into the holiday season. Everybody should have a safe Thanksgiving, or however you celebrate the next few days, and then moving into the holiday season, please stay safe and be gracious to one another. All righty. Closed session? No. We need a motion to adjourn.
Dinoff will make a motion.
Thank you. I need a second.
Dunn will
Callie.
second.
For a minute there, I thought maybe nobody wanted to leave. Okay, any discussion on that? No, there is a negotiation meeting. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Now, okay. Roll call.
Ellis Foster,
Yes.
Callie,
Yes.
Singh,
Yes.
Dunn. Yes. Dinoff.
Yes.
DePrima.
Yes.
Andriani. Motion to adjourn is approved.